guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a bit of a different video. I know it's kind of coming up to exams time for a lot of people and it can be a really stressful time. I've been through it myself. Obviously I'm at uni now, but I have done my GCSEs and my A-levels and 2 years at uni, so I know what it's like. It's really tricky. I just wanted to give you some tips for revision and exams, hopefully that you might be able to use and might help you through a little bit. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then please keep watching. So first of all, just a bit of a disclaimer. I'm not trying to brag, I'm not trying to like big myself up or anything like that. I would never do that. But I just wanted to explain why I thought this was a suitable video for me to do. Like I said, I've been through all those exams and I did do quite well in them. I got either A's or A stars in everything. So honestly, I'm not trying to brag, I'm just saying that so that you kind of appreciate that's why I'm trying to make this video. It's not that, you know, these tips that I'm using are crap and that I like, you know, didn't do as well as I wanted. I did exactly as well as I wanted in my GCSEs and my A-levels and at uni as well. I've just been trying my best and that's all you can do. So I just wanted to do a bit of a disclaimer as to why I felt like I was able to do this video for you. So tip number one is timetabling, and I know most people will do this. I did this throughout school. I made revision timetables of what I needed to revise, but this year I've kind of changed my timetable a little bit. So I just came up with the idea of making a more positive timetable. I used to write down all the things that I had to do, and inevitably things would come up that would kind of interrupt the whole process, and then each day I'd be trying to catch up on what I was supposed to be doing. So I've made a positive timetable and I will show you it. I just printed off these from the internet, so I'll show you June, and it's just a calendar that I've printed off. And what I'm doing is I'm just writing in things that I have done that day. So rather than writing things that I want to do and things that need to be done, I'm writing down topics that I've covered that day. So the next day I just look back and think, oh yeah, that day I learnt this, this and this, and I write it in. And I just think that's a nice way of doing it. Rather than looking at things that you've got to do, you know, let's look at things that you have done and things that you've already been through, so you can see how much you've already covered. And I just thought that was quite a nice idea. So there's May. Obviously we're not very far in May yet, but here's my exams. Mine are in the middle of June, so they're coming up for me as well. But yeah, I just thought that's a nice way of doing it because I know what I've got to do. I've got loads of stuff to do. So rather than write it all down and get stressed about trying to catch up on everything, I thought, no, what I'm going to do is write down things that I have done and just have like a positive outlook on it rather than kind of trying to catch up with myself all the time. Obviously, do what works for you. Please don't feel like you have to try these things or whatever. Just if you think it's a good idea, then give it a go and see what you think. So tip number two is hydration. It's so important when you're revising to be hydrated. You know, if you're not hydrated, you can get headaches, you can't focus as much, you can't concentrate for as long. So keep yourself hydrated, and by that what I mean is water. Try not to drink anything fizzy or anything with caffeine in it. I know it's really hard, especially when you want that extra boost of energy, but just keep hydrated with water. What I do is I keep a jug of water on my desk, so I fill it up at the start of the day and I make sure that I get through that jug by the end of the day. I want to make sure that I'm keeping my body full with the amount of water that it needs, because I really don't want to be sort of like losing concentration just because I'm not drinking enough. I just think that's a silly reason to not be able to get all my work into my head. So yeah, I just make sure I keep hydrated, and if you don't really like the taste of water, you could just cut up some lemon and lime and just put that in there. It gives it a kind of a nice little citrusy twist rather than just normal water. Or if you can only drink icy water, then just put ice in it. Just try and do things that make sure you keep hydrated. I mean, if you really like squash, then try squash. Anything like that. Just try not to drink really sugary things because that's just going to give you a sugar high and then a low, and the low is not the bit you want. So yeah, just make sure you keep hydrated. Tip number three is actually routine. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it's really important during exam times to put yourself in a routine. So what I like to do is have my alarm set for the same time every day, and then I know that that's the time I'm getting up and I'm going to get on with my work. And rather than just sort of staying up late one night watching films and then you sort of have a late morning and then you're like too tired to do a new revision, it's like, no, what I'm going to do for this short amount of time that I have to, I'm going to make sure I get up every day. So I'll get up at at say 7 o'clock, and then I've got that routine for the day and I know what I'm doing. It's also important to figure out when you work best. I work best in the morning and in the evenings. I cannot work in the afternoons. I just completely lose concentration and I procrastinate, and then I just feel bad because I'm not doing anything. So what I do is wake up early, work in the morning, and then I have the whole afternoon off sometimes, and then I'll just work in the evening. But do whatever works for you. Some people work really well at night, so that whatever works for you, do that. But make sure you kind of get in a routine of it, and then hopefully you'll get the ball rolling and get loads and loads of work done. So on the same subject of routine, it's important to be eating and drinking the right things. So I've kind of talked about water a bit, staying away from caffeine. It's going to give you a high, but you will crash down and you will get that low. Also staying away from sugary drinks like Coke or alcoholic drinks as well. Anything like that, just kind of try and stay away from that sort of stuff. It is going to give you that low, and it's best to just kind of stay away from it all. So with regards to eating, try and eat healthily. Eating lots of kind of fatty, sugar-rich foods, again, is just going to give you a high, and then you're going to get that low. So try and eat very healthy throughout the day. If you need snacks, which I always do, I'm always snacking when I'm revising, make sure they're healthy. So a few nuts, or I like to freeze grapes and have frozen grapes if it's warm. Anything like that really. Just healthier snacks is great because you're not going to get that sugar high. Also, if you're interested in any kind of brain food recipes or snacks that are healthy to have while you're doing revision that aren't going to sort of make you have a big sugar high and then fall down again, let me know, because I'm more than happy to film that video for you. I know it just can be really stressful and all you want to do is eat lots of sweets and chocolate, but that is honestly not the best thing for you. So yes, if you're interested in that, then please just let me know. So along the same kind of lines as that really, I know everybody's different, but me and my housemates find that we can go days without going outside when we're revising, and that is not healthy at all. You need to be going out every single day. If it's for a 10-minute walk or a quick walk of the dog around your street, anything, just pop to the shops to get some milk, anything at all, make sure you get out and do something, get outside that day. It's really important to exercise when you're revising. You know, you're using a lot of brain power, but sometimes it can be hard to sleep because you're mentally exhausted, but your body hasn't done anything, you've just been sat there all day. So make sure you either get to the gym, or like I said, go for a walk. Just do some form of exercise every single day. If you've got like a fitness DVD, that's really good. Anything like that, just making sure that you're using your body as well as your mind. It can be really helpful to meet up with your friends when you're revising, to do like a kind of study group together. This works differently for different people. Sometimes when groups of friends get together, they just distract each other and it doesn't really work. But if it works for you, then do it. And maybe, if you only do it once a week, you could meet up for a couple of hours just to go through things and kind of bounce off each other. And if you're struggling with things, they can always help. If you are struggling, then make sure you either contact your tutor or your teacher, anyone that you think can help you. Don't just suffer in silence and really struggle to understand things. The worst thing they can do is say no. So just make sure you ask for help if you really are struggling with anything. Lastly, be confident. All you can do is try your best. The worst thing you can do is compare yourself to other people. That is not going to get you anywhere. There's always going to be people that are better than you. There's always going to be people that are worse or do less as well as you do. So please don't compare yourself to anyone else. All you can do is your best. As long as you're trying your best and you're being true to yourself, that is the most anybody can ever ask of you. So be confident and walk into those exams and be like, yes, I own this. I've tried really hard. I'm going to put down everything that I know onto this paper, and I'm going to do the best that I can. And that's all you can do. You cannot do any better than that. Whether that means you come out with a D, whether that means you come out with an A, it doesn't matter, as long as you've tried your best. So best of luck with your exams. You're going to do amazing. I know you will. If you want any more tips like this, then please write in the comments or like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And I'm happy to share more kind of tips and things with you if that's something you're interested in. So just try and relax. Don't get too stressed about it. It's not the end of the world. They are just exams. And as long as you do your best, that is all anyone can ask of you, and you're going to be amazing. So yes, thank you so much for watching and best of luck. Bye.